Hey everyone, Tech here. Welcome to Tech's Tavern. Grab a brew, pull up a chair, and let's do another quick look at Fallen Enchantress. Well, actually, it's Elemental Fallen Enchantress to get it correct. And the reason I'm doing this update video is they just released a new 1.30 patch, which as you can see down here on the bottom. And also, the game is currently on sale on Steam as of the making of this video, and that's why I'm making this video fairly short so I can get it up quickly to inform a few of you. But it's on sale on Steam, I think, for about $13 American until Thursday, which is only about a day. So, but I wanted to put this up. The new patch that they put out, Fallen Enchantress, is a game that I really like, and I was actually discussing this with some friends the other day. Is that this is a game that, of all the games I've played in the last year, this is the game I feel the most guilty about, that I haven't played it more than I should. I really enjoy a lot of things about it, but I just haven't put as much time into it as I would like to. And I'm just going to go with this is kind of a pre-built character that I like to use sometimes, that has some settings and things that I like. It's kind of a caster character that starts off with healing abilities. So then that way I have a healer right off the bat. I'm just going to kind of click through and go with some generic settings. But this 1.3 patch is a pretty large patch, and they've added a lot of two things in particular. I know they added a whole bunch of new I'm trying to think of the proper word. I should have wrote it down. They added a whole bunch of new creature types, like graphics, I think, and stuff, or you know, types of creatures, like over 100 or something like that. They also made a bunch of AI tweaks, a bunch of mechanic fixes and tweaks, economic fixes, and added like a bunch of new spells as well, supposedly. So it's a really big patch that's added a lot of new things. I know that they have, I believe there's a DLC expansion they're working on called like Heroes or something, that's going to change some mechanics quite a bit as well. So yeah, there's a lot of things still going on with this game, and it's a really cool twist on the typical kind of 4X turn-based strategy style game. And I'll show you a little bit of it here. You know, usually you come into the game at the beginning, and you know, you see these different tiles. You got to build your initial settlement, and you can kind of see the resource allocations. You just kind of want to pick the one that's the most balanced, which pretty much the one I'm standing on, because I have resources on each side. I have a crystal crag and a death shard there on each side of me. So yeah, that's probably about the best one right there. A kingdom arises. Arise, mortal. Yeah, what game's that from? And so like I said, you start off with your initial city. The game has a lot of like 4X and as well as RPG trappings to it. I can see over here there's a hero over here. However, I need to do a city build of some sort first. I could get one of those crags. Yeah, I think I'll do that actually. The life one is good because my chick's a healer, so the more of that I can get, the better. The life shards, so we'll go ahead and go with that first. And then also spells wise, we need to do a couple of our city spells. We'll do hammers, and then after that, and let's see, well, you know what? I'm going to hold off on the other one until I get my other hero, because it may add a different one. So we'll do that. Let's see what kind of treasure we have here. Leather greaves. We'll go ahead and equip those. And then let's head out over this way. Do our knowledge. One thing you always want to do, your research. It's got a similar feel to Civilization, where you got 3 different trees you can go on. You can go on your Civilization, Warfare, or Magic. And they've done a few little tweaks to some of the abilities on these trees. I think even they added that sound effect when you switch between them. I don't think that it had that before, which is kind of nice. I always go with civics first. It provides, it gives you a bell tower to squash unrest later when you potentially need it. But the big thing is the rush production, to where if you need something built right away, you can pay to have it finished, and that's usually pretty useful. So civics is always a good first choice. Okay, let's talk to this guy over here. Alright, so we got our champion here to recruit. It looks like he is... he's got water on +1 research inspiration, so we'll probably cast that on the city. That's a pretty decent one. Inspiration. Yeah, we'll do that for our other city buff. And see what that is you can see those two little circles right there. Those are like buffs that you can put on your city. So right now I got a +1 production and +1 research. So that's pretty decent. And then we're building that altar, which will take a little bit longer. We'll go ahead and join him to our party. And then we'll go check out this fat loot over here. Oops. There we go. What is this? Oh, +10 poison resistance potion. Okay. Oh, we'll hold on to that in case we need it. And then we have, what, a little warrior there. And what happens is it's similar to other games, like where your borders continue to stretch out as you expand your city and build. So, I mean, it kind of has all those tiers of, you know, the building, the, you know, research, the technology. You'll build units, you know, so like I come in here and train different militia units. Like I actually want to queue up probably a pioneer, because that if you have a pioneer kind of sitting there ready to go, and it queues it up down here. If you do that, then you can build another city when the opportunity comes, because you can only build in certain areas when you see those little like stat marker things, so to speak. So let's go ahead and fight this guy real quick. Okay, and see that when you go into battle, it kind of goes into this kind of you know, tactical turn-based style battle system, which I know with the upcoming Heroes DLC/expansion, they're changing how some of this works. They're making the units like start closer together and attacking quicker, and kind of just speeding it up a bit to a certain degree. Okay, so he can only move, I can hover here and see how far he can move, so he can only move to right here. So, and let's see, he has -3 initiative, but that doesn't really help. And then I will pass on him. I'll move her right there. Kind of messing my camera up this morning. Usually I'm a little better at the camera movement. Let's see, we should be able to get a whack on him as long as you can get to the square beside him. There you go. And then same with her. If you click on, you don't have to get to the square they're on, you just have to get to one that's next. So she can get to that one, which means I should be able to get a whack on him right here. And we win. Excellent victory. We get 8 Gildar. And then we can go in there and see if there's any fatty loots. Animal bones litter the wildling camp, but there is little of value. After a careful search, you're only able to turn up 1 item of value. Okay, so we got a 16 fire damage. It's basically a Molotov cocktail, or whatever you want to call it. Okay, and it looks like our life spire is cool. It's pretty cool how it does the light all the way up into the sky like that. I like that. So we need to it's a clay pit. And see, these are like little quest icons, so we can kind of move towards this direction. And then we can see that our city has expanded its borders a bit here, which is nice. We're already into our Pioneer being built, so since I had queued that up, it's gone ahead and switched over to that. But yeah, these are when you see these little scroll icons, these are quests. So that's kind of like a weak quest. That's a deadly quest, so we probably don't want to mess with that one. Alright, and then, and you can see one thing they have done too, I could swear, but maybe it's just my imagination, is from the original launch, I think they've touched up some of the graphics already, because there's a real nice array of color. I mean, you can see the color here where it's kind of fading blues to purples to greens to browns. Just makes the map look really, makes it look really neat. I mean, of course, you can still go out to the paper map if you want to play that way, but and I got some treasure stuff back here, so actually I need to head back this direction first and pick up all these treasure items. See what other fat loot we can find back here. Ooh. What do we got here? It gives unit plus 50% attack and minus 20 to dodge. Growth potion. Okay, and we have researched our civics, so we can look into something else. Up our research a little bit. I think I'm gonna do that, so our research will move along a little quicker. Oh, what we got here? Recall your unit and their army to your capital. Excellent. That's one thing you used to be able to do a lot more in the original game, because they actually had a spell where you could kind of port back pretty frequently. And in this one, I think there may still be a way to get that, but it's not as like available to everybody type thing. Oops, I did not mean to move them out like that. That's my Pioneer that's ready. Ooh, an enchanted backpack. Excellent. We will go ahead and equip that. And then we'll move them back there. Oh, our city, when you get the little ZZ, it's kind of good. I wish it did more of an audible cue, but it's kind of good that you can move your units around, and then you'll notice that when you can't move, it's like stopping you. It's because there's something that needs to be done. So you can click back on your city here and see that there's nothing being built, so you need to build something. And I think what I'm going to build, and we're going to cut this video off pretty quickly. Like I said, I just wanted to do a quick video showing you guys the game, talk a little bit about the 1.3 patch, let you know that it's on sale, so maybe some of you who missed out on it the first time might be interested in picking it up this time. I could just do the Crystal Crag. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I like that. Then we'll move them back, and then what do we got here? A warrior. Just move them back in the city for right now, and we will battle this guy for our last dealio. Okay, so he's got a little bit of attack there. How long does that lower his initiative? Let's just do that just for giggles. Up, he resisted it. Alright, here, just for fun, let's go ahead and, can we throw this at this guy? Oh, yeah, that's kind of what the fire spell looks like when you get the fire magic. But right now I got two characters that are casters that are fairly defensive, so I need to get me some. I need to train some melee units to put in the front line in front of them. But this early on in the game, it's not too bad. So I'm just gonna actually pass because he can't get close enough to hit anyway. Okay, now she can get close enough to hit, so I'm gonna go ahead and let her walk up and whack him. Oh, you missed. Let's look at him do it. There we go. Victory. Most excellent. Let's go find the spoils. Oh, we got an axe, so we need to get some kind of a melee guy that can make full use of that. Because I don't know that my girl really is gonna deal with that very well here. And a lot of things is like when you get too much encumbrance or change things, like this goes up and that affects your initiative. You'll get initiative penalties, so that means you'll go later in the turn order in the combat. So it's like a lot of times you want to have some of your main characters at least have really low initiative, so you can kind of get those first couple shots potentially. You know, especially when I start getting some more offensive spells with her once she starts leveling and things like that. So anyway, but that is the 1.3 update on Elemental Fallen Enchantress. And again, I think it's really a great game, and it's a game that I'm going to try to carve out some more time. I don't know that if I'll do like an LP series or anything like that, but it's a game I want to carve more time out to play because I really like it. I like a lot of the things that are going on with the game. I just, as of late, have not been able to play it as much as I would like to, and I want to try to remedy that, especially with the DLC that's coming up that sounds like it adds some pretty neat elements to the game. I've always been a fan of this game, but again, it's been a pretty hectic period the last few months for me with different releases and new games and etc, etc. So I have not put the time into this that I want to, and I will try to work on that. So again, check it out. Again, if you are viewing this video right away, you can catch it on sale on Steam, and even if it's not on sale, it's still only, I believe, $29, which is still a bargain for a game of this type. So if you're tired of playing Civilization and want to break from Crusader Kings and things like that, you know, this is a good alternative, which has some pretty neat depth to it, has some pretty different things going on within its mechanics. And anyway, that's it. Thanks for joining the visiting the tavern and joining the tavern, and I will catch you all next time.